Okay, so our topic for today, our last topic is about the implementation of curriculum. I won't be discussing about the evaluation because it is one of your major subjects, diba, in Prof Ed. So I suppose that you have already learned about the assessment, evaluation, the different ways on how you evaluate the curriculum, okay, that it should be supposed to be aligned with the objectives that you are setting initially, no? If you are crafting a lesson plan, di ba sabi nga natin that curriculum, that lesson plan is a mini curriculum. Ayan, so this is one of the skills, the competencies that you as teachers should know very well. All right, so now we are in the implementation of curriculum, and that one of the important elements in the curriculum implementation is the consideration of different stakeholders. So marami tayong mga stakeholders of education of the curriculum. So ano ba yung mga roles nila? Kahit dalawa kayo, magkakaroon tayo ng konting discussion. So the question is, who are the stakeholders in curriculum implementation? Can you name one? By the way, when we say stakeholders, these are the people who are involved, directly involved in a certain situation or in a certain endeavor. So this time around, we have the curriculum. And we have different people in different areas who are involved, who are concerned, directly concerned with the curriculum implementation. So can you name one, Kenneth?
Ano po ma'am, barangay officials po ma'am.
All right, barangay officials. Correct, tama, no? So they are part of the community. So the community itself is also a stakeholder. How about you, Erica?
Parents, ma'am, mga parents po.
Correct.
Mga parents sa school, ma'am.
Correct, very good. Parents, they are directly involved in the implementation of the curriculum because they are actually our partners. Hindi sila ka-competition, no? They are not our competitors when it comes to educating our learners. Instead, they are our allies. We are actually the second parents. We are in loco parentis. When we say loco parentis, we have the authority just like what the parents have. Pero yun nga lang, it's a limited authority. May mga bagay na wala tayong authority dun sa bata, only dun sa academic lang. Okay, sino yung bagong dumating? Paul. Paul, welcome Paul. How are you, Paul? I still doesn't have the audio. Anyway, so Paul, we are talking about the different stakeholders who are involved in the curriculum implementation. So we have identified the community, and specifically, sabi nga ni Kenneth, the barangay officials, no? In our area, dun sa Old Cabalan, our kapitan, si Kapitan Nadong, okay, he works closely, hand in hand with our school principal. So, may mga projects, kung may mga projects si school principal and kailangan ng involvement ng barangay, ayan, nagtatrabaho sila hand in hand. Okay, so who else, aside from the community, aside from the parents, who are the other stakeholders of our curriculum? Paul, can you cite one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Stakeholders po.
Yes. So aside from community leaders such as the barangay officials, then Erica cited the parents as part as the stakeholders. Sino pa kaya? Who are these other stakeholders we can identify?
Siguro ma'am, the professionals themselves.
professionals themselves. Who are these? You are referring to
Well,
who?
the people who are more hands-on when it comes to community, such as rural health physicians,
All right.
RHPs, or what else? Yung mga human resource when it comes to who are more inclined hands-on sa community natin.
Okay. So, practically, everybody in the community, di ba? They are all part of the, everybody in the community are concerned. Di ba sabi nga, it takes a village to raise up a child. So, ibig sabihin, marami ang involved para ma-shape natin ang isang mahusay na bata, ang isang bata na mahusay na mamamayan. So, lahat, no, involved sa community. So, tama ka, ayan, barangay, mga physicians, who else? Yung mga church leaders, yan, kasama yan. Yung mga, sino pa ba? So, pwedeng yung mga nakikita nila sa paligid ng mga, actually also, we have yung mga businessmen. Yan, ang tawag natin dyan, mga industry partners. Like say, for example, the Enron. The Enron is actually, ano yan ang company na yun, it's a private company, and ang pinagtutuunan lang talaga nila is about kuryente, di ba? Electric, Enerzone, no? Parang electricity, parang gano'n, no? Or power source. So they are concerned in that particular industry. Pero paano sila nagiging stakeholder ng school? Every brigada eskwela, okay, every brigada eskwela, nagdo-donate yan ng mga kung ano-ano, no? Nagpipintura yan, they would donate paints, they would donate, they would repair classrooms, they would donate computers. So, stakeholders sila. Ano pa? Meron nga yung SM, di ba? It's a mall. Parang, ano ang kinalaman ng SM sa school activities? O katulad niya, nagtayo sila ng mga buildings for the Gordon College, di ba? So, somehow they are also a stakeholder of education. Who else? Meron pa tayo yung itong, halimbawa, no, sa senior high school, we have what we call the work immersion. And we need the different industry partners in order for us to have this work immersion. So like, for example, in our school, we have the ICT, we have the IA, Industrial Arts, we have the cookery, what else? We have the housekeeping, and we need industries aligned in this strands, no, to help us in implementing the work immersion. So, pupunta kami kay Lighthouse, i-apply namin yung mga estudyante doon so that they can have their work immersion or OJT. Pupunta kami sa mga IT companies, meron kaming tinatawag na MOA or Memorandum of Agreement that they will be accommodating our students and they will train them just like employees, pero hindi yung parang empleyado talaga, kundi the students will be trained on, kumbaga they will be immersed, no, in the real world of work, no, nung pinili nila. So, ang tawag natin diyan mga industry partners, and they are also stakeholders of our curriculum. Okay? So aside from these people, who else? May mga bagong dating tayo. Welcome. Lloyd and Elisa. Yan, mga bagong dating. Lloyd, can you cite, nasabi na ang parents, nasabi na ang mga community, like yung sa LGU, ayan, mga businessman. So, sino pa? Stakeholders of curriculum.
Mga sponsors po.
Again, Lloyd?
Mga sponsors po, like sa Mekong, mga ganun.
Okay, yes. Nasabi na natin yan. Oo, mga industry partners ang tawag natin dyan. Okay. Aside from them, sino pa ba? Meron tayong yung pinaka-importante na
Barangay po.
nasabi na rin? Nasabi na rin? Yung pinaka-importanting stakeholder ng ating edukasyon. Who else? Yung pinaka-sentro ng ating, yung reason why we have this education. Sino sa palagay nyo? Bakit in the first place we have the education? Sino ba'y nakikinabang dito? We have it starts with letter L. We have the learners. Siyempre sila they are the priority. They are the center of why we have this education, di ba? Our learners. So sila yung pinaka-concern natin. Sila yung primary stakeholders dito. And aside from the learners, sino naman yung talagang number one, yung talagang nag-i-implement ng curriculum? Starts with letter T. O sino yung nagtuturo sa kanila? O, Erica.
Teachers, ma'am.
Of course, diba? The teachers. So yung dalawang most important na mga stakeholders natin, no? Na medyo na miss out natin. O, diba? We have the learners, we have the teachers. Sino pa? Siyempre, hindi naman makakasahod yung mga teacher na yan. Walang hindi natin ma-implement yan kung wala sila. Sino yon?
Mga non-teaching personnel, ma'am.
Ayan, no, the administrators, yung mga curriculum supervisors, di ba? Yung mga, sa public, we have the DepEd. Sa private, we have the admin, okay? The managers. So, they are all our stakeholders. So, thank you so much for your participation. Now, let's move to okay, so we have the learners, the teachers, the school administrators, the parents, the community members. So you're supposed to have an activity, pero kung i-group ko pa kayo into 5, di paano pa? You are no longer a group kasi 4 lang kayo. So let's just move to discussion. Let's have first the learners as the center of the curriculum. Okay, can you read the 4 bullets, Edisa? Is Edisa here? Nalaglag si Edisa. Okay, let's have Erica Joyce.
Learn stakeholders in curriculum implementation. Learners at the center of the curriculum. Learners are the very reason a curriculum is developed. Learners in all levels make or unmake the curriculum by their active and direct involvement. How each individual learner contributes to the realization of planned curriculum will depend on the interaction and internalization of the different learning experience provided. In curriculum implementation, the concluding question will always be, has the learner learned?
All right, has the learner learned? Okay, so among the 4 bullets, Erica, which one do you think is ano ba yung gusto kong itanong kanina habang nagbabasa ka? What is your take on bullet number 3? You as a future teacher, what is your realization on bullet number 3? Sabi, how each individual learner contributes to the realization of planned curriculum would depend on the interaction and internalization of the different learning experiences provided. So what is the implication of this particular bullet, no, to you as a future teacher?
The real situation. To adapt the real situation, ma'am.
Ano yung implication niya sa'yo? Ano yung realization niya sa'yo? Ano yung, ano ngayon yung na-realize mo? No? Upon knowing that, ang ano pala, ang effectivity, ang success ng aking pagtuturo ay depende pala sa kung papaano ina-absorb, na-i-internalize, nagkakaroon ng interaction ng mga estudyante ko dun sa aking itinuturo. So, ano ang realization mo doon? Does it make any impact on you as a future teacher?
Yes, ma'am.
So, ano yung impact nun sa'yo? That when you become a teacher, ano ang magiging resolution mo?
Mag-aano ma'am ng mga different strategies, ma'am, para mas mapukaw ay mas maano mo pa po yung mga learners. Mas
Okay.
maintindihan pa po nila yung mga tinuturo niyo po.
Alright. So that's a
Saka
good.
Sa mga Opo.
Oo. So that's a good realization. That's a good resolution that when you become a teacher, you will be using different methodologies, strategies, techniques sa pagtuturo. Kasi it is important that at the end of the day, kasi ito lagi mo itatanong yung bullet number 4. Okay? Has the learner learned? Natuto ba estudyante ko? Yun dapat laging tanong pagkatapos mong magturo. Ako, laging ganyan, natuto kaya yung mga estudyante ko? Meron kaya akong naiwan sa kanila na konsepto na naunawaan nila? So, importante yon, no? Importante yon na laging isinasa isip natin. Kasi, ang sabi nga natin, lagi nating idinidiin yung meaningful learning, no? Meaningful learning ng ating mga estudyante that at the end of the day, once they get out of our classroom, dapat meron naiiwan, merong something na pinabaon tayo sa kanila. Hindi yung basta natapos lang yung araw, tapos wala na, di ba? So that's a very good resolution, no, Erica. So let's check the other role ng mga learners. Can you read it, Paul? Where's Paul? Nalaglag din ba si Paul? Ayun, nandito si Paul. Paul, can you hear us? All right. Medyo malabo yung iyong sound, Paul.
Yes, ma'am. Nakadata po ako ngayon eh. Si Papa
Okay. Sige. Kahit pa paano naman naririnig ka namin. Pero nakikita mo yung ating presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Pwedeng pakibasa uli yung 4 na bullet and choose among the 4 bullets which one that has an impact on you.
Okay. Stakeholders and curriculum implementation. Learners at the center of the curriculum. Learner is the primary stakeholders in the curriculum. Next one is the universal as well as the individual characteristic of the student should be considered. Next one is age, gender, physical, mental, emotional development, cultural background, interest, aspirations, and personal goals should be considered in the implementation of any curriculum. Last one is the success of the curriculum can only be measured by the extent of learning that the learner have achieved.
All right. So which among the four bullets or four ideas that give an impact on you? The second one. The universal as well as the individual characteristics of the students should be considered. Why?
Si ma'am, hindi lahat naman pare-pareho ng capacity when it comes to
All
learning.
right.
So as teachers, we should adjust, be flexible regarding our students.
Okay. So, paano yung pagiging flexible na yan, Paul? When we say flexible, flexibility, adaptability, paano natin papakita yun as a teacher?
Basically by taking into consideration yung mga students natin.
Oo, we consider their background, we consider their, eto nga no, yung pangatlo, sabi, we consider their age, what else, their gender, their physical, mental, emotional development, cultural background, interests, aspirations, and personal goals. Okay? And being flexible means that we should also know how to differentiate our teaching. So, ibig sabihin, hindi porket meron tayong isang way of teaching, yun na yung, kumbaga, one size fits all tayo na paraan ng pagtuturo. We also consider yung facing ng pagkatuto ng ating mga estudyante. Kaya nga inside their classroom, we are categorizing them, no? May mga may mga low achievers talaga, may mga average at may mga high achievers. So we should ensure that our teaching should cater all these different types of learners. No, meron tayong iba't ibang strategy sa kanila. May strategy tayo for the high achievers, may strategy tayo for the low achievers, mga ganyan. Ako, what I do inside my classroom is, nagde-devise ako ng mga technique, no? I do this peer mentoring. What I do is I pair the high achiever doon sa mga low achiever para ma-pull up, no? Mahatak nila yung kanilang mga classmate pataas. So I call it a peer mentoring na technique. Kaya alam mo yung pag merong natututo na estudyante, no, na natutulungan nila yung teacher nila na ihatakin yung classmate nila pataas. Sila mismo natutuwa din kasi habang tinuturuan nila yung classmate nila, mas yung kanilang mga natutunan mas natatanim sa utak nila. At the same time, nakakatulong sila dun sa mga classmates nila. Kaya double purpose. And masarap, sabi ko nga ano yung pakiramdam nyo that knowing that your classmates are achieving and you are a part of it. Sabi nila masaya daw, no? Talagang iba yung happiness na nararamdaman nila kapag nakakatulong sila dun sa kanilang mga classmates. So we as teachers, we should know these different techniques, strategies on how to help out our learners in achieving inside their classroom. Okay, so thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Now let's move to the teachers. Let's have Lloyd. Lloyd, can you read the 4 bullets? And same question, which among the 4 bullets has made an impact on you or any realization regarding the thoughts that you have read? Sige, pakibasa muna.
Teachers as curriculum developers and implementers. In the teaching and learning process, the other side of the coin is the T. Planning and writing the
teacher yan.
Planning and writing the curriculum are the primary roles of the teacher. Teacher is a curriculum maker. He or she writes a curriculum daily through a lesson plan, unit plan, or yearly plan. T. Teachers addresses the goals, needs, interests of the learners by creating experiences from where the students can learn.
All right. So what is your take on those thoughts that you have read?
So, teacher is a curriculum maker. He or she writes a curriculum daily through a lesson plan, unit plan, or yearly plan.
Okay,
So,
so
it means the teachers works daily. So, she or he needs to think every day how he or she can boost the students or the learners learners curriculum through the lesson plan and the unit plan or yearly plan. So in order for the students can learn much easier, where the students had the hard in learning, and which can make the students yes, make it easier for them to study.
okay, so it is really very important that the teacher plans her lesson well. Okay, napakahalaga niyan. Kasi sabi nga if the teacher is all prepared before he or she comes inside the classroom, ano yan there's this big impact on the learner. No? Pati classroom management, madali, no? If the teacher is always prepared. And there's always this parang at the back of their head, of your student's head, oh, I should be focused on this subject because I know that my teacher really prepared well for it, and she definitely know if I am not, if I am focused or not. Ganun ang nasa thinking ng mga estudyante. So that should be one of your work ethics, no? When you become a teacher, so you make sure that once you before you get inside your classroom, or if you have your own classroom and your students would come in, dapat ang nasa isip ka agad nila, oh, my teacher is prepared for today, so I should be be prepared also for her subject. Ganyan. So I better be prepared also. So yun, no? Thank you, Lloyd. Okay. Yung iba, meron bang take on this 4 bullets? Meron ba kayong nakikita? Kung wala na, let's move to the next. Ang sabi, sino pa ba? Let's have Ken. Tapos na ba si Kenneth? Hindi pa, no?
Di pa po, ma'am.
Okay, Kenneth. You have the 4 bullets.
Okay, teachers as curriculum developers and implementers. Teacher designs, enriches, and modifies the curriculum to suit the learner's characteristics. As a curriculum developer, teachers are part of textbook committees, faculty selection boards, school evaluation committee, or textbook writers themselves. Teachers are empowered to develop their own school curricula, taking into consideration their own expertise, the context of the school, and the abilities of the learners. Teachers become architects of school curriculum. Para sa akin po, ma'am, yung nauna po, teacher designs, enriches, and modifies the curriculum to suit the learner's characteristics.
Okay.
Because as teachers po, alam po natin yung kakayahan, yung competencies ng ating mga estudyante. So, minsan po ginagawa natin ng paraan in order for them na matuto. Gumagawa po tayo ng paraan. For example, kino-customize po natin yung curriculum para mas maintindihan po ng bata. So, yun lamang po, ma'am.
Alright, so we do, the more proper term for that is contextualization. Okay, we contextualize. Ibig sabihin, we are making our topics, the concepts, we apply it according to the background of your students. Kung ano yung lokal na kalagayan ng mga estudyante, you are contextualizing according to the background of your students. So tama that teachers are designers, they enrich the curriculum, they modify it if it's needed to be modified. Now, my next question is, what if you found that there is a concept that is lacking in your curriculum and you think that it should be included in the curriculum? Anong gagawin nyo? What will you do? What if you find out that there is a concept that is lacking in your curriculum? And you think that that concept is very important, in that particular subject. What are you going to do as a teacher? Anyone?
Research.
Yes, Lloyd?
You need to research or survey, ma'am.
Research or survey? Actually, alam mo na, no? You already know that that concept is lacking. O, alam mo naman na kung ano yung konsepto na yun, pero you don't find it included in the curriculum. Wala siya dun sa curriculum ninyo sa school. It's not included in your curriculum in your school, in the academe. And but you think that that particular concept is very important. Anong gagawin mo? Wala siya, hindi siya nakasama dun sa curriculum. It's not included in your curriculum. It's lacking. So what are you going to do as a teacher? Would you think that, oh, I don't have any authority to change the curriculum? Are you going to think that way? That's not my concern anymore. As long as I'm implementing the curriculum they gave me, then that's it. That's the only thing I will teach my students. Ganun ba? Yun ba dapat yung maging thinking natin? Pero alam mo, you know that that concept is very critical, very important to be taught to your students. Pero hindi kasama sa curriculum, hindi siya nakalist. Mukhang na-overlook. So anong gagawin niya sa teacher?
Siguro po ma'am, isa-suggest po sa principal ma'am to implement the change po.
Alright, that's good. Oo. Bakit kailangang isuggest sa principal or kung sino man ng curriculum head? Hindi ba pwedeng gawin ko na kaagad? I-ano ko na yan, i-implement ko na. Total, ako naman implementer ng curriculum. Total, ako rin naman ang nagde-design yan eh. Total, ako naman nagmo-modify niyan. Hindi ba pwedeng idiretso ko na, pasok ko na?
As long as inline naman sa curriculum, then you need to teach is, kasi nga kapag progressivist teacher ka, so yung learners mo, so learner-centered ka, so ibig sabihin, kailangan mo pa rin ituro siya.
Oh, okay. So, as long as it's